Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to loop over an array of objects. The two methods we're going to look at are the forEach method and the forLoop method. As you can see here, I have an array of users. Each has an ID, a name, an email and a status. So what I want to do is I want to pull up the name and the status of each user. So to start off with, I'm going to go into the for loop. So at the bottom here, I'm going to say for, and then inside of this brackets here, we're going to take initialization, a condition, and an increment. So initialization will be the I. So this is what we're going to increment the number. So let I is equal to 0. And then what we want the condition to be is I is less than the user's dot length. And then we want to increment the I. So after this, we can put our brackets, and then we can console.log our users, and then we have to add the incrementer dot name, and I'm going to put a comma. I'm going to say users. Let me just pop an S in there, otherwise it will break. Users I, and then dot status. So if we save that and then go into our terminal here and we type node and then dot, we can see that we have John Doe is active, Jane Doe is inactive, and Jack Doe is active. The same as what we have here. So up next we have the forEach method. So the forEach method uses a function to loop through each of the items. So how we use this is we get our array, which is users, and we say dot forEach. And this will actually pass back each element of the array. So in this case, an object. So here we have a single user, and then we have an arrow function. And then what we're going to do is we're going to console log out the user.name. Notice we don't have to have the iterator over there. That's because the forEach function is going to pass us back each object as its own element. So if we put a little comma in here and we put user.status, and we click save, and I run over to the terminal here and run node dot again, we can see we get the same results back. So a couple of points here on the forEach and the for loop is the forEach is actually a newer way of doing it. It also uses less code to iterate through your array. As you can see here, it's all done on one line. One of the drawbacks is the forEach function is actually slower when it comes to larger arrays of objects than the traditional for loop in performance. So that may be something you want to think about if you're playing around with larger data sets. In this case, the forEach loop would probably be the best performance for this because we only have 3 items in the array. If you found this video useful, check out this video on screen now to learn more about JavaScript, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.